We are done with Sinnoh. Our next detour is the Johto region. Using 2 instances of Milan DS, I traded Ice Maiden over to my Pokemon HeartGold save file. There is just one more ribbon we need to get in Generation 4, but there is a lot of extra side content in these games that we can do, even if it doesn't reward a ribbon. In terms of extra things you can do, I'm just going to do the side content that I enjoyed. Ice Maiden is holding some kind of strange, shiny leaf. We found a shiny leaf. You can collect 5 shiny leaves for your Pokemon when you talk to your partner Pokemon while in a bit of grass. One of the best things about Pokemon HeartGold is the following Pokemon. I find it really charming when you see the sprite art follow you around in the overworld. The locations of these shiny leaves depends on your Pokemon's nature. In Ice Maiden's case, she's hasty, so we flew to routes 11, 18, 26, 38 and 44 to get all 5 shiny leaves. You just have to keep interacting with your Pokemon while you're in the tall grass, and the Pokemon should find the leaves in a couple minutes. Once you acquire all 5 shiny leaves, we can talk to Lyra or Ethan in New Bark Town, who will convert the 5 leaves into a leaf crown for your Pokemon. The shiny crown is unique in that you can only see it on the Pokemon status screen in Pokemon HeartGold and Soul Silver. While we're in Pokemon HeartGold, we also took the opportunity to get our photo taken by Cameron the photographer. Next up, we took a stab at the Pokemon League. In order to get Trainer Red to spawn, we have to beat the Elite Four and Champion Lance. Given that Champion Lance mostly uses Dragon Pokemon, Ice Maiden could just Ice Beam and Blizzard them down one by one till they die of Frostbite. We beat the Pokemon League for like the 80th time. Now we can finally try and beat Red for the Legend Ribbon. Red is a secluded maniac found only by traversing to Mount Silver's cold, desolate summit. Ice Maiden is cheerful because of the cold. Ice Maiden is sensing something. God, I forgot how difficult the Red battle is when you're using underleveled Pokemon. Since it's hailing though, we're fighting an Ice Maiden the Froslass's home turf. We can use Froslass's ability Snow Veil to increase evasiveness in hail. The move Blizzard is also 100% accurate in hail. After beating up all 6 of Red's Pokemon, we can obtain the Legend Ribbon for Ice Maiden. We also went and did the Pokeathlon, which is like the Olympics for Pokemon. It's actually meant to be a triathlon, where your Pokemon participates in 3 different sporting events to win medals in 5 categories: speed, power, skill, stamina, and jump. After lots of training sessions, this footage is evidence that Ice Maiden became a medalist Pokemon. Get in the circles! The smaller the circle, the more points we get! Push those midgets out of the circles! The floor is lava and the circles are your only salvation! Get in the circle! Oh gosh! It is indeed you! Outstanding! Quite an achievement for you to come up here, bud! This is a friendship room. It was built to commemorate the solidarity, trust, and potential of Pokemon and people, and to hope for the eternal friendship between Pokemon and people. This room is only for those true Pokeathletes who have earned real friendships of Pokemon. You are a true Pokeathlete, bud. Just a bit more footage of Ice Maiden winning in Pokeathlon. Pokeathlon feels a little finicky on Emulator, but it's doable with some persistence. I found that it was easier to use a touchscreen in vertical mode, even though I tried to record the footage in landscape for the video. If you're trying to collect all the Pokeathlon medals on a Pokemon that doesn't have well-rounded stats, you can up your odds of winning by buddying them up with a couple legendary Pokemon that do have busted stats for each category. This is harder than it looks. I'm trying to do Hurdle Dash with 3 Pokemon simultaneously, okay? Ice Maiden is speed. Come on. Yes, first place. Second place. Jump! 5th place. We basically have all the ribbons for Generation 4, but there's one last thing I want to do before we migrate over to Generation 5. At this point, I had brought a modded 3DS because even though we started this ribbon journey on emulators, eventually we'd like to move our Pokemon to real hardware. I learned that it is shockingly easy to get Pokemon from emulator to hardware. The catch is, you need a modded 3DS of Checkpoint installed, a micro SD card and a micro SD card reader of some kind. When I saw the micro SD card, it was like a genuine lightbulb moment. How do you get Pokemon from emulator to hardware? The basic idea is that you copy your emulator save file with the Pokemon in it, make sure your save file is named correctly and that there's only one save, transfer it to the micro SD card, put the micro SD card into your 3DS, use Checkpoint, which is a save file manager, to restore your emulator save file, and then you have your Pokemon on real hardware. There are good tutorials on YouTube on how to mod a 3DS and do all this stuff. If you have a modded 3DS, you can basically transfer Pokemon Core and emulator save files to any generation between 3 and 7. The reason we're moving our save file to cartridge here is because I want to use a Pokewalker with Ice Maiden and Froslass. This is from my childhood copy of Pokemon HeartGold. Let's send Froslass to Quiet Cave. Now Ice Maiden, who originally came from emulator and has transferred from Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness to Pokemon Emerald to Pokemon Platinum and now Pokemon HeartGold, is on the Pokewalker. And so that it's not just for show, we're going to take a stroll and do 10,000 steps with the Pokewalker. I'm back from my 10,000 steps! If we shake it like this, we can get more steps in. While trying to document this journey, I accumulated a lot of footage of Ice Maiden and Froslass. There's so much that I recorded that I want to include, but it's like, how do I cut this down? What do I edit out? What footage do I keep? Try to record more than you need, just in case. Pokewalker footage to include: using the Pokeradar to catch Spiritomb, getting an item using the dowsing machine, Ice Maiden being happy and acquiring 20 watts. We've had a good stroll using the Pokewalker, now it's time to get Ice Maiden back. On the console, we're going to select Return from Stroll and then use the infrared sensors on the cartridge and the Pokewalker to transfer the data across. Let's just read through the Pokewalker summary. With all this, we are done with Generation 4. All the Gen 4 ribbons and all the side quests that I wanted to do with Ice Maiden in this generation are finished. We're going to back up our save file on Checkpoint, transfer the save file back into Emulator, and move on to Generation 5.